My name is Colleen Zacharias. I'm a Master Gardener, member of the Manitoba Master Gardener Association, and I'm the gardening columnist for the Winnipeg Free Press. My mother was not a gardener at all. And as a child, I asked my mother, why don't we have flowers? And there was a professor who lived in the back lane behind our house. He grew roses. And I remember as a child going to look at his roses. We grew rhubarb, that was it. But you know, when I got married, my husband and I were very keen on having a nice, landscape lawn, and we would plant annuals, and we did have flowers. This backyard, we put in the retaining walls back here, but filled them with cedars. But then in the 1990s, I began volunteering at the Friends for the Assiniboine Park Conservatory, and that's when my interest in gardening really began to grow. When you look at my garden, you can see I'm a hydrangea gardener. I have more than 90 hydrangeas. And I do that because I really want that August, September, October color, and I like to extend the season as long as I can. It's not just about what you see visually, it's really about what's below the surface of the ground. And so in previous 20 years, the emphasis has been on sustainability, but that is really transitioning now to a regenerative approach, which means you are always interested in the health of your plants. And the health of your plants begins with your soil. This is leaf mold, and I put it down around my plants every single year, especially in August during the heat of the summer. And basically what it is, and you can see it's very much of a beautiful, organic, rich, nutrient-rich material, and you put about a 2-inch layer around your plants, not up against the plants, and so it acts as a mulch to conserve moisture, but it also conditions your soil and feeds the roots of your plants. So it is absolutely wonderful. Starts out as shredded leaves, takes about 18 months to 2 years, and then it's perfect. The property has been renovated several times. It might have been in the late 1990s that we put the courtyard into the front yard. When I began my column 10 years ago, I really began adding a greater diversity of plants to try them out. If I was going to write about them, I wanted to know about them. But 5 years ago, that's when we took the backyard apart. My husband took 21 truckloads of soil out of the backyard. And all of the plants, except for the trees, in the retaining walls were lifted. And it was extraordinary. When he began doing the stream, I thought, I need a second set of steps. He said, all right, I'll do a second set of steps. And then I said, well, what do we do with the center? He said, well, it'll just be grass. And I said, that's going to look ridiculous. And I really wanted terraces. It was an idea I'd had for many years. So then he did the terraces. So that's really how we have always done the landscape. It's all he gets an idea or I get an idea, and we build on that, and it's really great fun. It really is great fun. This bed is perfect for growing macrophylla hydrangeas because macrophyllas want full morning sun and then maybe dappled light in the afternoon, but they really benefit from shade in the afternoon. They need that respite from the hot afternoon sun. And so this is perfect because it has the ideal light conditions for hydrangeas. This is Nepeta, more commonly known as catmint. And it blooms right from June to the fall. I do have Nepeta throughout my entire garden because the pollinators love Nepeta. Bees will visit very briefly hydrangeas, but the hydrangea bloom is not a superior food for our native pollinators. So if you're going to grow hydrangeas and you really want, if you are a hydrangea enthusiast, you want to ensure that you're incorporating into your garden a wide variety of plants and food for our pollinators. So this area, there was a tree here. I trial annuals every year. With the tree gone, I decided to move some of the flower trials here. All of these are annuals. This is brand new for this year. And this is Rising Sun Chestnut Gold from Green Fuse Botanicals. So years and years of breeding have gone into Rising Sun Chestnut Gold. And what's remarkable about it is that it's a day neutral Rudbeckia. So that instead of blooming at the end of the season, it's going to bloom from the moment you buy it right through until the fall. So you're going to get a much longer bloom performance. I think what, you know, I mean, some plants, some annuals I trial and maybe I remember them, or maybe I'm blown away by them, or maybe I'm not. But this one is incredible because it came in a 4-inch pot. It just never stops blooming. You can see how many, just the masses of flowers and really deep, rich color that doesn't fade. This is a brand new white salvia from Ball. This is Sunfinity sunflower, which was bred for the cut flower gardeners, and very thirsty plant, copious amounts of water. It's very exciting, and as a garden writer, you really want the opportunity to do this so that you can see what the plants are like and you know what you're talking about when you tell gardeners about them. There are so many different paniculata hydrangea cultivars to choose from. This one is Moon Rock. It starts out chartreuse and then becomes creamy, and it's quite a large panicle. And over here is, I believe, Fire and Ice, and it's a more rounded panicle, but it develops rosy color, begins pure white, but then transitions fairly quickly to a rosy color. This is Little Lime, and already, so, you know, the lime green panicles are transitioning now to, the bloom is aging to a rosy color. And then, of course, Limelight. Limelight can get, 5 feet tall, even taller, huge panicles, snow white in mid-August, and then by fall they transition to a rosy color, and that generally starts happening in October. This is Quickfire hydrangea, very sturdy, upright stems. It's the earliest hydrangea to bloom, so it blooms generally the first week in July, and then cool temperatures accelerate the color transition because it starts out pure white and then it pale pink, but then with the cooler nighttime temperatures, you get rosy pink. So when we get into September and October, it's a really deep rosy color. Some people are a spring gardener, and some people they like the middle of summer, and I garden for fall. And hydrangeas give you that extended season. If you consider what the garden with summer blooming perennials looks like middle to late August, they're done. In many cases, they're done. The hot summer sun, but hydrangeas are just coming into their own. They're totally magnificent in late August and September and October. And I think my garden taught me that I loved fall because I gravitated towards the late bloomers. And then I realized, wow, that's my favorite season. That's what the garden taught me, I think. Mm-hmm.